Yeah. The second one. What? Got room for one more. Gonna do some amazing EU squads, man. Squad up, be a power team.
What a cool game, though. What are your first thoughts, having just watched it?
I think we saw a lot. I think that lobby was a little bit more talented than the first one. I think there was a lot more, typical pro buildings and strategies, great rotations with rifts. And again, we saw a lot of people just using like the 2-gun strat, the 5-gun strat.
I'm a little bit sad that we didn't get to see more of this 8 kills guy.
Right.
Like,
yeah. I mean, where was he the whole game? Yeah. You know, I wasn't seeing him in the kill feed, but we switch over to him. He got 8 kills, and then he almost, but then again, almost a basic mistake. He wasn't paying attention to his materials and almost fell to his death. We're gonna take a look at some amazing highlights. Right now, here is the guy, the man, Poverty. This is how he got away.
Stayed up until like top 10.
Almost won, dude. Never give up, never surrender. This guy had 1 HP like 2 times. He popped 3 chug jugs. I think he drank the most shields in the game.
Yeah,
he definitely healed the most.
He might have been the guy that took the most damage.
100%. If there's a healing medal, he won it. He definitely won it. There's a guy who drops his gold P90, and he's just firing off pump shotgun shots, letting everyone know, flexing.
Maybe he was trying to bait
Dude,
somebody
look at this.
else.
So here it is. This is what the fight we were talking about. 36 first pump. He has time to pop the chug. The guy isn't even breaking any of his builds. You know what I mean? No spray. Not breaking any builds. He builds a ramp up, and then look at that.
Oh, he was swapping weapons. That was just a window of opportunity that the guy used perfectly.
Seriously, that was so risky, and it worked out. But this was the highlight of the match for me personally. Was just the dance moves.
And while he was using the dance moves, we were talking about tilting things.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that tilt you? The guy is just sitting underneath you, like one box but below you,
just
and he's just spamming default.
Just default dancing, 100%. Look at there it is, dude. It's all good. It's all good, man. Poverty. Oh, man, I really wanted him to win that. So wait, I really want to know what happened. That was the guy who landed and popped the chug, right? Mm-hmm. He had 15 HP, popped the chug, and then he had another chug again.
But 20 HP left.
With 20 HP left. It's like, dude, what's happening, bro? Just sit in a 1x1. Just stop peeking. Just stop shooting. You're taking too much damage, man.
Yeah.
This was such an interesting strategy. I love, again, like, this guy, if he wanted to, could have saved all his ammunition, stayed up top, right, in his little metal 1x1, but he wants to, looking for those kills, trying to put pressure on players. He's making this guy burn all of his metal. I mean, dude, if I'm that guy who's building the metal 1x1s over and over again, I'm pretty upset.
I was about to say, like, this guy in the metal, he's like, what did I do wrong in my life?
Please, dude, shoot anyone else, man. Why me?
Yeah.
Now here we're on to Poverty again. This is him. He's 52 health. He chug jugged, and then I don't know who had another chug jug, but he must have killed. He must have won the fight. I think this is going to be it right now. Tell me we're going to see this. I don't know if we switched away from it or not. Maybe he got sniped.
Yeah, so they were fighting each other right here, obviously, but Boohoo came out alive, so he definitely didn't kill this guy.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't get he doesn't even get the damage on him either. He just left. He tried to get some spray shots here, and now look at now, it just goes over to him, 15 HP, man. And again,
maybe he cloned the chug jug, like brought it back.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And this is that dude, like, that's so. That's just not going to work out for you.
Also, some of the builds were his. He maybe could have edited. Or maybe he was like anticipating that the guy that went over him is just waiting.
Right.
So he takes a different route, but that killed him.
Exactly. That's one of those things where it's like you have one choice. There are so many. Dude, the more you play, the more you compete, you're going to get into these situations where there is literally only one move. There's only one thing you can do to win or get out of a certain situation. One. And for him, it was hoping and praying that guy obviously was going to maybe continue to defensively build while he rotates freely, and maybe he would have been fine. Or he would have had to clutch up and hit the one pump, right?
But it was already the moving zones. He would not have drank that chug jug. He would not have had it.
He had, exactly. He had one choice. When that was to literally, essentially, get ready for that player to peek out and hope that he wins the trade. And that's,
Yeah.
Nah, honestly, it's a terrible position to be in to begin with, but a position nonetheless.
Well, we have our winner, and we also have Matt on the main stage, ready to have a chat with him. So, Matt, talk to Hess.
Yeah, thank you very much, Falcone. I have Jeremy here. I have Hess, everybody, who's our second winner of our qualifiers. Congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel really special because it's my first tournament online, and it's really nice to win anything like this.
To win something like this is a big deal, right? You're in front of all these people here. I know you're feeling, you're proud to be on this stage as well. Here in Poland, you've got your squad back over here as well. I don't know if we can get them in shot, the guys in the audience. Your university team.
Yeah, we are a university team, and I met those guys yesterday. I mean, in real life, so it's really special because we met, and now I've managed to win. I just wanted to represent my university, and I think I did well.
You did really well. You got a big win. You got 5 kills on the way there as well. So these guys are guys that you've been playing with, but in terms of doing it, for real, on a stage, watched by Ninja, that's kind of a big deal. You were saying you were getting a bit shaky towards the end.
Oh, yeah, a bit shaky. You just told me I'm going to play with Ninja, which is like, wow, I didn't even know it is. All right. Well, I mean, what was the question once again?
I was saying, you were telling me towards the end of that game, you were getting a little bit shaky. You were camped under the bridge.
Oh, right. You were talking about the last situation. Yeah, a bit shaky situation, but I didn't miss my shots, I guess. I was struggling a bit with the setup because I brought my mouse and my keyboard and I couldn't plug it in, and I was just trying to adjust as fast as possible, and yeah.
And you told me you are a bit of a defensive player. You prefer to run away, you prefer to hide a little bit. You are going to be playing with Ninja as a duo later on today. I know that means a lot to you as well. He's not so much of a hider, though. He's more of a run and gun kind of guy.
Well, I just wanted to win. When I play solos in my house, I like to get those 20 bombs. So, yeah, that's it. I think we can manage.
I think you're going to do well. I think it's going to be a really interesting pairing. You are so pleased to get it as well, I can see. Well done, Jeremy Hess, everybody, the winner of our second qualifier. Congratulations. We will see you later on, and we need of our gamers to get in position now. We're going to go back to our commentators while we do that. We need all of the gamers who have now qualified from those 2 qualifiers to play in our duos. Guys and girls who are ready for those, get yourselves in position as our duo finals with Hess are coming up next.
Duo finals coming up already. Guys, it is the moment of truth. Can Ninja win these games with his new duos partners? What do you think, Lothar?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I hope he will win, actually. It's a cool storyline. The host of the entire event will win an event with a random duo, basically, right? A little bit like...
Not so random, but yeah, a little bit random. And I think he got pretty good players, pretty solid players. Mm-hmm. They can definitely amount up to something.
I mean, the second qualifier looked a little bit less shaky than the first one.
It did.
When it comes to the quality of the players, right?
It did.
Yeah.
But 2 very different styles of winners as well, though, as we just heard, saw from Hess. He likes to hide a lot. How do you think that's going to work with Ninja? Do you think he'll hide in the box and Ninja will do all the work, or do you think he'll pull his weight?
I think what he wanted to say later is like he likes to hide in like these games that matter a lot. Like when he was supposed to win this game to qualify to play with Ninja in a duo. That's why he wanted to play a little bit defensively, but he said he likes dropping these 20 bombs at home, so he knows how to play aggressively too. So I think he's going to be fine.
All right, Lothar, we are now switching from solos to duos. What does that mean for these players?
That means that the pro players that we have here now are going to have a even better situation for themselves,
right.
Because they have the synergy, they play with each other for a very long time.
Well, I think
but you have random duos.
Randoms, though.
Oh, it's random.
Yeah.
That is more interesting. That
so
is more interesting.
I was actually like thinking, before we started the event, I was like talking to a couple of players that I know right here, and I was like asking them, what do you think is the chance that a pro player is going to be matched with a pro player?
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, then obviously it's going to be much easier for them.
Yeah.
But what is the chance, like actually? What are the maths behind that?
Well, we would have to see an entire list and, then count the pro players.
Do we have a statistician here?
I think there's like 8 of them.
8 of them, okay.
Yeah. It could happen.
Actually, maybe 10. Yeah, between 8 and 10.
That can happen. We'll see, right? Maybe in the games we're going to actually have to take a look at that duo that will have a pair of pros being paired up together. But if it's random duos, it's going to be a little bit funny. And maybe that will be more entertaining to actually watch, since we're going to see some peculiar situations like with Poverty, an example, in the previous game, right? What happened there?
I don't know. Well, probably stress.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hey guys,
like Hess said on the stage, you have to adjust quickly because it's not the gear that you're using at home. A little bit of stress comes to that, and the chaos in the game actually, and you get overwhelmed by that.
while we prepare for the next game, I just want to take a moment to get to know you two a little bit better and your history with Fortnite. So, how did you get into it in the first place, Lothar? What started your burning
I'm
love?
also interested in that, actually.
That's actually a funny story because it did start at a Hearthstone event when I was, we were just playing with other casters from Hearthstone event, and they said there's a new game. And it's actually pretty cool. And I love battle royale games, and I saw Fortnite, and I'm like, well, that looks pretty interesting. I played some of them, didn't like it in the beginning, but then it grew on me, and I just started loving it. But I have to say, the biggest game changer for me was Season 2, when they made the change that you can build on everything. Because back in the day, you couldn't build on trees, on cars, on rocks, and so on.
We touched on the earlier seasons with Ninja a little bit earlier, and that's true. I forgot about that. You couldn't build when there was anything in the way. That was so annoying. And we were talking about like, yeah, the first seasons were amazing, and then Ninja said that there was so much bad stuff.
And it made places like Wailing Woods just horrible because if there's any tree or a leaf anywhere, you just couldn't build. Lothar, your story is particularly funny to me because I was one of the guys playing with you when you weren't enjoying the game as much. So it's great to see how you've come around. But Nero, how about you? How did you start with Fortnite?
For me, it was a little bit similar. Friends told me there's this new free game, which in Poland, if there's a free game, everybody has to play it, right? Because it's free. So yeah, there's this new free game. It's a battle royale, and I hear battle royale. I'm like, no, I'm not touching that. But later, I started playing it, and I loved it. And now, I'm still with Fortnite.
All right, well, it sounds like we do have another interview prepared. So, Matt, who have you got for us now?
Falcone, I've got Tajowski, famous Polish player for Devils down here on the stage with me. How did you get on in that second game? Because we didn't get to see you as late in the game as I know you would have liked to have been.
Yeah, I had a perfect start. The middle game was decent as well. I had a guy who I tagged for like, I don't know, 100 damage or something like that, so I decided to push him. I started like throwing clingers and all. He used the rift, and I decided just to follow him. He landed on some hill or something like that, and when I was trying to break into his build, and unfortunately I didn't pump him, but he pumped me, and my perfect game got ruined, so...
I like that you were saying you had a perfect game, though. So you had a perfect beginning and a perfect middle. So you've got an idea, then, of what is a perfect game for you. I think that's really interesting.
Well, the perfect game for me is having, like, the most mats as possible, like the equipment that you can use in the middle game, but also the late game. And I had all of that, but I don't know, I was just a bit too greedy, and, yeah.
Bit too greedy. Well, we're going to see you again because you're going to be playing in our duos, which are coming up now. Solos, duos, do you have a preference?
Solos and duos are the same for me. Like I like both of them. I would say that the squads are like the least favorite thing that I mean, I like playing them, but I prefer solos or duos.
And do you have different drops if you're doing solos or duos? Does that matter to you? Or do you always go to the same place?
Solos and duos, it depends. It could be the same spot, but for me, when the Season 8 came out, I have a new spot in solos, and we're going to have a new spot in duos as well.
This is a plan you're not going to tell me, then?
Nah.
You don't have to. You do. I do want you to, but you're not going to. That's okay. So you're coming up into duos on our 4 matches that are yet to come here at Ninja's Night Shift. You're going to be playing with somebody you don't know. Well, maybe. Most likely you don't know. So how are you going to work that out?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I still need to meet a person. Maybe like it's gonna be an interesting experience because I've never had something like that. Maybe like at home when I was playing random duos, but like it's not the same. We're at LAN, and you know, the person is obviously Polish, and I think that it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Tajowski, thanks for giving us your time. We'll look forward to seeing what he can do in the matches coming up. Remember, 4 more games of Fortnite here. Our duos matches. Ninja is going to be playing in all of these, along with the players who are the best in the 2 qualifiers that we've just had. Good luck, Tajowski.
All right, I just need to take a moment to invite all of the finalists into the Gamer Zone. If you are not in the Gamer Zone, you need to get there in order to play the final few games.
Because that zone is when you game.
That is the zone where you game.
Yes.
Today.
When you play the finals.
When you play in the finals.
That's
It's not where I game. Believe me, I'm never going to make a finals.
Good to know that we have a new duos landing zone, Tajowski. Thanks for that information.
For context, that's his partner.
Yeah, that's my duo partner.
Well, I don't mean to brag or anything, but I can shoot people sometimes. Times.
Oh, okay.
I can build a wall and some stairs.
Okay,
Yeah.
he makes decisions without me taking part in them. We can maybe figure something out.
Now, Fortnite is not the first Battle Royale. And it won't be the last Battle Royale. And of course, the one that's caused the most discussion recently is, you know what I'm going to say, it's Apex Legends.
That's a very controversial topic, right? Because, you know, two very popular games nowadays, but completely different. And I feel like a lot of people, there's this unnecessary hate between people going from one game to another or just liking one or another. I don't understand why people even argue. Just let people enjoy the game they like, you know? Just let them play and enjoy the game.
Have you played it, Nero?
I've not played Apex.
haven't?
I am on the Fortnite camp. I am defending Fortnite, and I think Lothar played a little bit of Apex, so maybe we can have a little bit of a friendly quarrel here. But yeah, no. As I said when you asked me how I started playing Fortnite, I didn't like Battle Royale games at all.
Right.
How Fortnite stood out for me is it was so colorful, it was so dynamic. Obviously now Apex is also dynamic. Like it added the abilities, the skills, and whatnot to the characters. I know what it looks like. Obviously, I'm not an ignorant. I saw the game. I watched how other people played it, and I know what it is about. But I don't know. Fortnite is the first battle royale for me that's actually stuck with me, and I want it to be the only one.
With true love. How about you, Lothar? You say you've played it.
Yeah, I did play it a little bit. I still prefer Fortnite because I feel it has a high skill gap, and it's just more enjoyable when it comes to like being a complicated game, because you have the end game which is unique to Fortnite. There's not a single game that has a similar end game like Fortnite. True. Every other battle royale is just kind of different, you know. And talking about other battle royales, by the way, when I got to know Ninja, he actually introduced me to H1Z1. That was the first battle royale that I tried. Didn't even know there's a genre like that, you know? That was like 2014 or something like that.
If I remember rightly, Lothar, you also prefer to play solos a lot of the time on stream?
Yeah, I do. And it applies to every single shooter I play, you know? It's like in solos in H1Z1 and in Apex, unfortunately, you can play solos, but in Fortnite, I just love solos the most.
Yeah. All right, we have yet another interview, and I don't know who with. We're going to have to look behind us to find out. Or Matt, you could just tell us what's going on.
Thanks, Falcone. Yeah, I have Patrick here, who's used to a stage or two with an org known as AGO. Patrick, thank you very much for joining us. So your boys are showing up